Hey guys, I'm just gonna apologize in advance for the horrible quality because I tried to film on my camera and then it overheated because it's like 30 degrees and it can't handle anything. It literally was filming for about 4 minutes before it powered off. So I'm filming on my phone now. You've probably noticed I haven't posted any vlogs because I stopped filming in Vietnam and because I got lazy and too anxious to film. And then I met two great girls and I was just kind of way more like in the moment, and I didn't feel like I needed to detach myself from the space I was in, because originally when I was doing these vlogs and like whatever, it was kind of a way for me to like stay sane in a way, like, and kind of still feel like I was with someone, because I wasn't with someone. I was by myself all through Cambodia and part of Vietnam and also through Bangkok. So it was kind of a nice like little thing for me to have, and then I made friends and like I was good. And now I'm in Thailand. It's currently the 3rd of April and I still haven't been filming despite being completely by myself and missing home and kind of feeling like I need to talk to someone. So that's why I'm filming this, because I felt like it would be nice to have kind of a little like brain unscramble and kind of get my thoughts together, because I've been struggling more than I thought I would be down here. And it's kind of humbling to have this experience when I'm 18 years old and I feel like I should know how to make friends and interact with people. In Vietnam, like, I made friends because I feel like the people I was surrounded with were tamer, a lot more solo travelers, and the people were just overall nicer, and they had intentions of doing things that weren't just, partying and drinking. So, when I got to South Thailand, I was in Koh Tao and everybody's just in their own groups already. Everybody just wants to drink, and like, I just didn't feel like I was with my sort of crowd. And I've, come more and more to the realization that I've always felt that way, where like the majority of people, I struggle to make friends with them because they are so much more easygoing and outgoing than me. I think that at first when I was, traveling and I was in Cambodia and whatever, I was by myself, but I was kind of at peace being by myself because it was the very beginning of my trip and I kind of needed that break from just everything. And I was so tired in my normal life and so just kind of drained of everything that I needed that time away to just kind of go and do things I'd never done before and experience things that I've never done and just be in my own thoughts and just kind of sit with myself. And that was fine and it was great. And I didn't think that I was going to struggle, and I didn't struggle with that because my whole life, like before I came out here, I was kind of telling people like, oh, it's going to be hard for me to make friends because it always has been. And like, it's kind of like my worst nightmare to like meet a bunch of new people. Like that's never been something I've ever enjoyed. And I kind of got, proven wrong quite a few times, in Vietnam. But overall, the idea of it is kind of daunting. But I didn't think that I was going to struggle with making friends because I didn't think I would need to make friends, because I thought I was going to basically be by myself for a majority of this time and be okay with it, because I've always kind of been in my own space. Like, I love my own company and my own time, and I love just being by myself. Like, it is something I enjoy. I know there are so many people that don't enjoy that and they feel a constant need to be in a social setting, but I don't feel that way, and I never have. And I think it's because, I spent so much of my kind of like early teenage years by myself, because that was just what the situation I was in. Like, I lost a majority of my friends. I was in a very dark headspace and struggled a lot with myself, that I kind of just kept to my own bubble, and I didn't make much effort to make new friends. And And even when I did make new friends, it was kind of through other people. And you know, I'm the oldest sibling, oldest daughter. I have a younger brother who I love, but because I'm the oldest, I kind of was always like, I don't know, I kind of relied on myself. I'm not gonna act like, you know, my parents weren't around or some shit, but I did kind of rely on myself. Like, I found comfort in myself, and I kind of recovered from things and situations by myself. I don't think I've ever been very open emotionally with my family. And I was kind of known as like the sibling that didn't get emotional, you know, like it was always me. It was always my brother, not to like point him out like that's a negative thing, but it just was, and that was just the way that it came to be. But because of that, I always found comfort in myself, and I think that's a great trait for me to have, because, you know, even sitting here now and like speaking basically to myself, I feel like better doing this, and like just kind of spending time alone, relaxing, like really just keeping to myself. I enjoy that, but you know, you can only enjoy it for so long. I think I came to the realization that I need my people, and I knew I was gonna miss my friends, but I didn't think that I was gonna be craving like social interaction the way I am currently. Like, I've been alone basically through the whole of Thailand, and it sucks. Like, it doesn't feel nice to kind of look around and see people all in groups, and like you're just always walking on your own. Like, it's really strange how much it reminds me of when I was like 14 and 15 years old, and that kind of time in my life where I was constantly doing that, and it keeps you like locked up in your head. Like, I think I've really been overthinking much more than I thought I was gonna be, and it just doesn't feel nice. And I've kind of sat with myself and realized like this part of my trip is just not going to be enjoyable for me, and I'm just going to have to like let that happen. Like, it happens to everybody at some point where, you know, you get to a point where you're like, yeah, you know, this is going to suck, and then I'm just going to have to get through it. And it's not me trying to sound like fucking like mysterious, like I love being by myself, but I don't know, these people out here are not my people, and I just have to like accept that. And I kind of knew a little bit it was going to be like that, but then I got to Vietnam and I noticed that it wasn't like that. You know, the expectation I had for like Southeast Asia and like the kind of people that come out here and the kind of crowds that like I would typically avoid in my day-to-day life aren't there. And then it turns out that they are here, they're just not in Vietnam. And Vietnam is a lot more mixed and a lot more welcoming people, and you know, so it does just kind of suck, basically, to be out here alone. I can't wait to leave, and I just miss my friends, and I miss my family. You know, like, I will wake up in the morning and I'll do nothing because I just feel kind of just locked up in myself. Like, when I was even in Vietnam, like, I would have days like these occasionally, because of course, you know, you're gonna get kind of exhausted from constantly meeting new people and constantly doing things. So I would have like a day here and there, you know, every couple of weeks where I would kind of be like, oh fuck, like I'm here alone. But then I would go and do things and I would be fine. But I've just been so wrapped up in myself at the moment. And there's been no kind of distraction because I'm just on a beach. Like, there's nothing to do here. If you don't have friends, there's nothing to do. Like, and even when there are things to do, like, you can go on a boat tour, or you can visit this thing, or do this. I just genuinely feel so wrapped up in myself, and so like I'm overthinking so much that I can't bring myself to even try and do those things. And it just makes me, like, I really feel like I'm back to when I was, like, 14. And it makes me realize that I really haven't changed as much as I thought I did. I think I just found a bubble that I was comfortable in, which is, you know, my friends that I have now. who I love so much, but that group is like my safe space and the only people that I want to be around ever. Like, and that's just the way that it is, I guess. But I because of like the group I have, I kind of started thinking, oh, maybe I'm more extroverted because I would be louder and more open with my friends. But I think I'm realizing that I'm just not. I haven't got more social than I was 4 years ago, 5 years ago almost. And it's kind of, it's just very strange to feel like you are back where you thought you'd grown from, I think. And like I said, I don't think it's a negative to be someone who finds comfort in themselves and relies on themselves. But also I think that I wish I could feel normal. Like, I feel like my lack of extrovertedness is a flaw that I have, and I think usually I manage to ignore it because, like I said, I'm in my comfort zone. But I don't like being reminded of the fact that that's like an issue that I have. I have to come to terms with the fact that like I suffer with being neurodivergent, and I suffer with social interaction, and like I feel like my brain doesn't work properly sometimes, and I basically just have become more aware of that factor of myself while being alone, because I've had more time to think about it, less time to be distracted. And you'd think like this would be more distracting, you know, like being on the other side of the world, away from home, doing a million things that you never thought you'd do, just meeting new people, like seeing things you'd never seen, like all these things that, you know, like people talk about solo traveling and traveling in general, like it's something that is distracting you from the real world and your own life and your real life. But I do just think, because of the fact that I am lonely and alone out here, that I have become more aware of my problems. And maybe I'm just overthinking, and, you know, I'm gonna wake up, you know, 2 days in Malaysia and be like, oh my god, what was I even talking about? But I think that my sadness right now and my loneliness is real, and the way I've been thinking is also realistic. Like I'm gonna say, yes, I am overthinking it. Like, I'm gonna say that now, because I'm sure I will be happy in a week. But it is just very humbling to have part of a trip that you thought was gonna be so great be like literally taking you back to when you were depressed and 14 years old and had no friends. Like, I feel like being in Thailand by myself on a beach, like literally on a beach, like my favorite place to be ever. Why do I feel like that? Like, that doesn't feel like I should feel this way. And that is what is getting me down, is that I feel like I shouldn't feel like this, because I am in a dream scenario for myself right now. Like, I wanted to do this. I chose to be here. Like, I didn't, you know, this wasn't something I was forced to be here. Oh, I just ended up here. I thought it was going to be a good idea. Like, no, like, I planned to be here. Like, I knew I was going to be here 4 months ago, 5 months ago, a year ago. I knew I was going to travel a year ago, you know, like, but it's just frustrating that I know that there's something wrong in my brain, and like, it doesn't just go away with like a beach. In fact, it gets worse, because I'm by myself and I'm thinking about myself, because there's nothing to distract me. There's nothing. And it's just very humbling. I'm talking negatively right now, and you know, you haven't seen the vlogs that I've made, because I'm not gonna make them and you're not gonna see them, unfortunately. unfortunately, because I don't want to do that and I got lazy. But, you know, you're not going to see that stuff. You're not going to see the amazing times I've had. 5 weeks in Vietnam was genuinely an experience like I will genuinely actually never forget. Like, I was enjoying myself constantly, always raving about it. Like, since I left, I've wanted nothing more than to go back. When I left Vietnam, I was telling the people I was with, like, I would do Vietnam, like everything I just did, I would do it again instead of going to Thailand right now. Like, I would 100%, without a doubt, like I would do that all again. I was just in a constant state of like being distracted from myself. And like people, like my parents have been telling me, friends have been telling me, oh, you seem so much happier, like there's so much more joy from you. Like my mom was telling me, like it seems like you are just really having an amazing time. And I do think that the way that, like Vietnam, I felt like euphoric. Like genuinely, I was like, oh my God, like I just miss feeling like this type of like freedom. Like I didn't have to do anything. I could wake up and I could do whatever I wanted. I didn't have to go to work. I didn't have to think about anything. I could just be in such a happy state and do what I wanted and be surrounded by people who were so lovely. And then I come here and I realized that I was kind of distracted from certain things, and being in a space that I'm not comfortable in, like here, is reminding me that I am someone that struggles. And I'm sure like when I go back into my normal life, I'll probably be fine. But it's a very strange situation to get put into. And I'm not enjoying it. I wait every day for my friends to wake up so I can call them, because I just genuinely am like, I miss my friends. I guess I'll see you for whatever gets put out next, which honestly, I have no idea. Hopefully, it's a Japan vlog. So yeah, goodbye, and I'll see you in a happier state.